Assistant Public Defender Chinazi Carey Akinruli, Your Honor, on behalf of Mr. Dion Baldwin.
Your name, sir?
Mr. Dion Baldwin.
Thank you, sir.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Yourself?
I'm trying to be better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Aren't we all, though?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, we are asking.
Some of us. Here comes Akinruli. We're going, no.
We're asking for an adjournment in this matter, Judge. I've had an opportunity to speak with Mr. Baldwin. There's a lot to this case. We're unpacking all of the pieces to see a way forward. So we need time to continue to discuss. And I would also like to address bond.
Probable cause conference, December 23rd, 2025, 9 a.m. All right. As to bond, Judge, Mr. Baldwin is asking that the court consider reducing his bond to an amount that he would be able to pay. I think initially he was asking if there was a temporary release of some sort that he would be able to do. I think that there's some money issues that he needs to sort out. He's got a P.O. box that he needs to attend to. He does not have much family support, and he's pretty much on his own. So since he's been in custody, there have been a lot of his personal effects and matters that have gone unattended to. He indicates that he does have some finances, but a lot of that is tied up right now, and he's unable to access it. He's hoping that if the court would consider releasing him for a few days, he would be able to sort that out. This is a home invasion case. However, Your Honor, one of the questions that needs to be determined is the owner of the home. It's a family property, is what he indicated to me. It's a home that was owned by his mother before she passed away. The complaining witness in this matter is a family member. So right now, there's some type of dispute as to ownership and who has rights to the home and things of that nature. That he indicated to me that he plans to file something with the circuit court, specifically the probate court, to see if he could become the personal representative of the home. Those are some of the things that he needs to sort out, Judge. Is that the nature of this case?
That's one way.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other way to look at the case, the facts involved. I will acknowledge the victim, I believe, is a cousin of the defendant, but found the defendant in her home. She was chased from her home with the defendant because he was wielding a knife and was demanding that this was basically his house now, when she has lived in the home. And I would very much disagree with the assessment of the defendant's claimed ownership of the home. I believe that the same incident effectively happened the day or two before this incident, and he was advised by Ann Arbor police to stay away. In that incident, charges weren't filed. He was just hanging out, maybe attempting entry. And he went back the very next day, did the same thing, and which led to these charges. The statements made by Ms. Akiri Akinruli, there may be some ownership dispute down the road, but at the time this event took place, we have no reason to believe the defendant had any ownership of the home. My concern is that the defendant was effectively told by Ann Arbor police to stay away, and he went back the very next day, leading to these charges.
But, yeah, right. But, God, I don't want to get this, but the mom passes away. There is there's a collateral heir that is residing with mom, being the cousin.
She wasn't residing with mom, but his brother actually right now was personal representative of the estate. I looked all through the probate document.
Hold on, say that again.
His older brother.
His older brother.
Correct.
Is the executor of the estate.
That is correct right now. Technically, but I mean, that's what.
Well, then that means that individual has control over the property at this point, which means it's not his. He may have an interest in the property ultimately, but it's not his property.
Right. one of the things that he wants to do is to file whatever necessary documents with the probate court to challenge that.
Okay, but the problem is you can't, even if that were the case, you can't go and chase people, at least allegedly, away with knives and other things from the property, indicating that it's his. And that's the part that concerns me. So if he were released, where would he reside?
He does have his own place, Your Honor. He has that's the International Drive address is what he indicates to me, Judge.
Current.
Okay. Before I would even consider changing his bond, I would need a verification that that is his address.
Okay.
And I would sign an order releasing him actually on a PR, but home confinement to that address.
Okay.
Obviously, that's assuming telling.
Yes, with a tether home confinement to that address.
Okay.
But I'm not going to order that right now because I'll need the verification. Council understands what I will order. And then they prepare an order to the court regarding that. All right. At this point, this bond will continue. New date is December 25th. 9 a.m. Jackson.
Judge. Worship Feaster, Assistant Public Defender, on behalf of Mr. Javante Jackson, come to the podium. Mr. Jackson, when you arrive, please state your name for the record.
Javante Jackson.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. I did speak to Ms. Zinda on this matter. I know she has something she's gonna be requesting. I also met with Mr. Jackson in custody on Tuesday. We are going to be requesting an adjournment to try to get some new information discovered that Ms. Zinda is going to talk to you about here momentarily, Judge.
All right. Yes.
If I could address bond, came to my attention that Mr. Jackson has called the victim. There were 3 complete calls that were just about a minute long. In those calls, the victim calls him by his nickname that she referred to him in speaking with her brother, who's also in custody previously, and is immediately upset that he's calling her, tells him to stop calling her. And then after those calls are complete, he has about 180 attempts to call her that she does not pick up. So at this point, I'm going to ask that his phone privileges be revoked, and we will be blocking her number from the jail, given that he's tried to call her 180 times. And all of that is in violation of the probation that he's on, the 14B, with the domestic violence second offense case that he had with her. So I have concerns that he's still violating both the PTO and his probation concerns at this time.
I was made aware of that this morning, Judge. I haven't spoken to my client about it. Obviously, I'll reserve comment until I receive phone calls from Ms. Zinda, but I understand what the court's likely to do.
And he's on probation. In case involving her, which contact would be prohibited. Contact is prohibited in this case.
And there is a PTO.
And in listening to at least the portion of those calls, there's an indication that the victim has said that to stop contact.
In pretty much all of those calls.
That from this court standpoint seems rather egregious in terms of behavior. Certainly he would be entitled to a hearing on it. But at this time, there's going to be I don't think he can behave himself if he ever got out. So not only are his phone privileges hereby ordered revoked, the defendant's bond is also revoked at this time.
I'll get a copy of those calls from Ms. Zinda, and I'll take them over for my client to listen to.
Your Honor, what was the due date? I apologize.
What date did I say? I didn't.
You didn't yet.
The 23rd.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
Court calls the case People versus Daniel Cummings.
Assistant Public Defender Sandra White on behalf of Daniel Cummings. Can you state your name, please?
Daniel Cummings.
Your Honor, we're going to ask for an adjournment so that I can have more time to speak to Mr. Cummings and the prosecutor. Mr. Cummings is asking for an adjournment about a month out. He has different procedures coming up and he wants to get all of his dates together.
You've seen his test result? Apparently not.
Yes, we discussed.
From the 24th?
Just a second, Your Honor.
Council approach.
Yes, we're trying to hear this is treatment.
You might want to get that, but
Your Honor, can we get an adjournment for about a week so I can?
yes. And just so that we know that on the 24th of November, defendant tested, which is actually only tested, he's taken a tested positive for fentanyl in this case. So
It's
And Mr. Yes, Your Honor.
So I'm going to adjourn this out to December 11th, 2025, 9 a.m. This time defendant's bond is revoked, defendant's remanded.
Yeah.
People versus Moses, Hennigan Page.
Assistant Public Defender Jay Bellinger on behalf of Mr. Finnegan Page, Your Honor. Mr. Finnegan Page, can you please state your name for the record?
Moses Finnegan Page.
And Your Honor, we are aware of the violation. I have been able to go over that with my client. My client's willing to speak to that with regard of his willingness to check himself into an inpatient facility or do an outpatient.
Does he admit to the violation?
Yes, sir. If I test today, I'll be clean.
Go ahead, Mr. Bellinger.
Otherwise, Your Honor, we would be asking to, I would be asking to adjourn this matter just a couple weeks so that I can look into a few different things that Mr. Finnegan Page and I discussed.
Probable cause conference will be adjourned to December 23rd, 2025, 9 a.m. October 28th, November 13th, November 24th, you are positive for cocaine.
Yes, sir.
All while you're on bond.
Yes, sir.
Not appropriate. Can't happen. So at this time, you're going to have to figure out some regimen for some treatment because apparently he's not doing it on his own, counsel. So at this point in time, his bond is revoked, defendant remanded.
Thank you. I will present an order to the court at the appropriate time for hopefully some inpatient treatment.
Court calls the case, people versus.